everybody, and welcome to Historic Holman Stadium. We're moments away from the start of what will be a doubleheader here at Holman. John Collins along with Tom King. It's the Nashua Silver Knights taking on the Brockton ROX here at the tail end of the season.
Yeah, we are at the tail end, John, and right now, the way this season is ending, it looks like Nashua will be on the road for a one-game first round on Monday or Tuesday, depending on how the league works it, and then they have to win that if they want to have one more game at Holman Stadium. They've got the doubleheader today. They have a single game tomorrow night here, and then they're on the road for 2 games. They have Sunday off. They want to come back to Holman for a playoff game. They haven't had a playoff game here since they won the championship in 2017, so we'll see. But they're 23-27 right now, so they've been struggling. And I think we're going to pause right now for the national anthem.
Left center field for the performing of our national anthem by Randy Hart.
We are ready for some baseball, especially challenging to do the national anthem on and harmonica. Man,
ran into a little bit of a trouble towards the middle, and then he got out of it.
A good finish.
We'll see how that goes in this game.
We'll see if we get a good finish here.
Right, we got a local on the mound today. John Spencer Bergeron will take the mound for Nashua, the right-hander getting the start. This is a big doubleheader for Brockton. They are in a battle right now with North Shore for the top spot in the Futures League. So they want the top seed, and from what I understand, if North Shore and Brockton are still neck and neck, they have 2 games to make up at the end of the season. If they need to make those games up, they'd be playing on Monday against each other in a doubleheader, and that would push the playoffs to Tuesday. But don't know about all that yet. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. As far as Nashua goes, they would love in the playoffs, John, not to have to travel very far. They would like to play Brockton or a Worcester or a North Shore, in that first round. But the 1-2 teams get byes. So it'll be interesting to see how this all works out. But this is a big doubleheader for Brockton. They need to keep winning games. Nashua, 23-27. They have struggled on the road. And BJ Never, talking to him before the game, told me that he knew that this would be a tough. And here comes some more kids. Here comes a camp that's really emptied the bus out.
Summer camp day.
Salvation
Start.
Kids Camp, yep. But BJ Never told me before the game that he knew that this was going to be a tough stretch for his team because it was going to be a lot of long road trips because the Legion tournament was here for 5 days from Friday all the way through yesterday.
Let's talk more about that coming up. Yeah.
But that takes this team away out of the stadium for 5 days. So that was difficult, and it showed. They were 500, and now they're 23-27. The team hasn't been above 500 in about 3 weeks.
51st game of the season for the Nashua Silver Knights. Spencer Smith will lead it off for the Brockton ROX. He's from Wellesley, Massachusetts, and attends Northeastern. But first, Alex Lane, the Silver Knights catcher, is going to go over and get an equipment adjustment. Looks like one of his straps of his
Well,
chest protector is loose.
While he does that, let's set the Knights defensively for you. Over at first base is Mike LaRocca. At second is Connor Blandini. The shortstop, Noah Lucier. Phoenix Hernandez will be at third base. In the outfield, from left to right, Liam Deegan is in left. We go then to Barry Walsh in center, and in right field, let's see, who we got out in right? Billy Butler is in right field.
Good baseball name,
Yep.
Billy Butler.
Billy Butler. He's the home run derby king. That's not the All-Star game, but I mean in terms of winning games for Nashua, they won 2 this year with the home run derby bat of Butler. And then catching is Alex Lane, and on the mound, Spencer Bergeron. And this is a lineup that is not their regular lineup. They will go with a more experienced lineup, probably in the game that we're not doing, game 2 of this doubleheader.
Noontime start to maximize Tom King's summer experience.
Oh yeah, exactly, no doubt about it. We don't
It's
like
a
that
hot,
light
it's
games.
sunny and hot day, but this is what you expect here on a July 31st to close out the month of July.
Summer's supposed to be like this, so
Yep.
let's do it.
And Spencer Smith, left-handed batter, after the equipment problem delay, steps in there, and Spencer Bergeron's first pitch just misses the outside corner of our belt high. So 1 ball and no strikes. The 1-0 is swung on and fly to left field. Backing up Liam Deegan. He actually didn't have to move at all.
No.
And it's 2 pitches, 1 out here in the top half of the first.
Yesterday in left field, Brett Anderson played for the National Legion team. Johnny almost made a national highlight reel catch, sprawling out to make a play, and a ball just off his glove as he sprawled out in left field, moving towards center.
Second batter of the game for the Brockton ROX is P.J. Murray, the third baseman.
Right field won't be a problem right now with the sun. It might be later on in this game or in game 2.
That one's low, so 2 balls and no strikes. That one coming in at 84 miles per hour on the radar gun here at Holman.
The team has already set its playoff rotation. Here's a base hit.
There's a deep rope to right center. Chance for extra bases for P.J. Knight. He's on his horse. He's going to get there standing with a 1-out double. The Brockton ROX have a runner in scoring position. A solidly struck 2-0 pitch. Kind of a cookie there for P.J. Knight, and he did not miss it.
No, he did not.
Murray, excuse me.
Jumped on it. It was a breaking ball. It hung out over the plate, and he whacked it all the way to the wall.
15, Gabe Gioso.
Gabe Gioso, the 3-hitter for the Brockton ROX. He is from Alamo, California. I remembered the Alamo in Texas, but I didn't know there was an Alamo
in California. We forgot about that one.
Broken bat, 1 hopper to the second baseman, and an easy play for Connor Blandini, but the runner does move up with 2 outs now at third base. First pitch swinging there, breaking his back, got jammed big time to Gioso.
Now batting from Tufts University.
J.P. Knight,
2, J.P. Knight.
left fielder. Also a right-handed batter. 2 outs, opportunity for a run batted in for the Tufts University player, and a solid single to left.
Yeah, Bergeron is leaving.
He's going for 2. He's going to make him make a play, and he is out. Perfect relay by the Silver Knights, and they get the 3rd out at second base as J.P. Knight tries to stretch a single into double. He's gunned down on a relay from Liam Deegan to Noah Lucier to Connor Blandini. So scored 7-6-4. And the run does count, however, so it's a 1-0 Brockton lead.
1-0 Brockton lead. Bergeron leaving his pitches up, it seems, in the first inning, Johnny. He's got to get those pitches down. They are swinging at the first pitch, if you notice. They've had 2 big first pitch hits. So that's something that Bergeron and Alex Lane and pitching coach Kyle Jackson have to work on in between innings in the dugout, chat a little bit about what they're doing, because their game plan right now is not working. They will continue to get hit hard if he keeps throwing the pattern that he's throwing right now.
So it's a big left-hander that's doing work now for the Brockton ROX. Starting pitcher
Justin Garcia.
Attention fans, if you'd like to enjoy a snack and cool down, head over to the right field concession area.
good pitcher's body.
We'll give you the Silver Knights starting lineup in terms of batting order. And right now, Lucier will lead it off. Noah Lucier. Connor Blandini will bat second. Phoenix Hernandez is batting third. Billy Butler will hit cleanup, the home run guy. And batting fifth, Jared Dupree. Mike LaRocca will hit sixth. Liam Deegan will hit seventh. Alex Lane, the catcher, will hit eighth. And Barry Walsh, the center fielder, will bat ninth. Now, if we set Brockton defensively for you, Spencer Smith will be the shortstop. B.J. Murray at third. Gabe Gioso is the first baseman. And that'll take care of the infield. J.P. Knight out in left field. Andrew Mara in right. Oh, I'm sorry, the second baseman will be Nick Shumsky. In center will be Quinn Creyas. The catcher, David Driscoll. And on the mound, Justin Garcia.
I think I found maybe a typo in the roster for the Brockton ROX that we were handed, Tom. It says Justin Garcia, left-handed pitcher, 6'2", 155 pounds.
I wouldn't disagree with that.
Really?
Take a look at him. He's not exactly bulked. He's a skinny kid.
Okay.
What year is he? What year is he going to be this year? He'll say.
He's going into his senior season at
Senior
Roger
season.
Williams.
Yeah, Roger Williams. Yeah, no, look at him. Well, he's a skinny guy.
I'm going to put him at 210.
No, I'm going to go I would say 170 at the max.
So we have a friendly wager going on here.
Well, look at his legs,
Up
John.
or over
no,
200.
take a look at the legs.
No, I think the legs are good.
No, the
I think
legs
the
are skinny.
good. No.
Those pants are
Oh my
baggy on
gosh.
him. Look at the flexibility. Those pants are baggy on him.
This is some well-built legs.
Yeah, he's skinny.
I mean, as a batter, I'm going
You
up
want
there,
well-built legs? Put the camera on mine for crying out loud.
No, the cameraman says no. Tim O'Neill at the lens making the executive decision. And Nashua ETV viewers rejoice.
I tried.
Garcia, that's going to be a swing. And it's
Got him.
strike three.
One. Strike three, yep.
Unfortunately, Noah Lucier leading off for the Silver Knights offers at a pitch that he really just wanted to get out of the way of. And down by way
When
of
you're,
decay.
this has been a long season for this team. When you're playing summer college baseball and you're not winning games, it's difficult to keep going. And this is the second year in a row this has happened for this team. They will most likely finish under 500 for the second year in a row, almost the third year in a row, I believe, because I think they were just under 500 in the regular season when they won the championship by a game or two.
Connor Blandini, the second baseman, batting second, dances out of the same pitch
And one of my problems is that with this team is too many high school players. I mean, Blandini, I don't think belongs here. I think it's just, I mean, they wanted him, Southern New Hampshire wanted him here and to give him a shot and everything else, but I don't know if Connor Blandini was ready for a college baseball.
He's about to become a freshman at Southern New Hampshire University, is what Tom is saying. He hasn't played college ball yet, and yet he's into a 51-game season here.
Well, he came in, he came in probably 14 games in maybe, right after the championship was held. So.
And he's got a 3-1 count in his favor right now. Trying to get aboard here. The two-hitter with one out, he does. Draws a walk on 5 pitches.
Now, it's nothing against him. He's a good baseball player. I saw him demolish Hollis Brookline in the state finals. But is he ready for this level?
Now batting from Southern New Hampshire,
Phoenix Hernandez, another Southern New Hampshire University player.
This is a good player.
With experience.
Yeah, Hernandez has got experience, and he's hit the ball. Before I left to go on vacation, he was hitting the ball pretty well.
And you love to shout it from the dugout. Stay hot, Phoenix. Which is not a problem, apparently. The first pitch running, it is a throw to second in time. What a gun on the part of catcher David Driscoll. He got the ball right there. Just a mediocre jump for Blandini. That's the second out of the inning.
Boy,
Stealing.
not a day to run, is it?
Apparently not. Driscoll makes that look easy.
Tough pitch to run on. It was up and out. Hernandez tried to protect the runner by swinging at it.
You know, I thought he did too. They gave him a ball on that. The catcher,
I thought he went through.
Yeah, I think you're right. And then he
And
lines
he
it to
lines
right.
it, base hit.
Base hit.
Too bad. That's a tough one. If it would have been first and second, nobody out.
You're right.
Or one out.
Could have even been a run batted in if the stolen base was successful. But
Yep.
nice hit by Phoenix Hernandez going the other way. And Phoenix stays hot. Billy Butler
Number 43, Billy Butler.
won a couple of games, as Tom King just said, in the Home Run Derby, the tiebreaker format that they have here in the Futures Collegiate Baseball League. Opportunity to keep the inning going. And he takes a mighty hack at the first pitch and fouls it off to our right, strike one. You can see the kind of bat speed and power right there that garnered him a few homers earlier in the season.
Some activity in the Silver Knights bullpen. Don't know if it's just somebody
Early,
getting.
yeah,
Well, I
some
don't
work.
know if it's somebody throwing in between starts, getting loose, or
Somebody just throwing hard. Good
Wow.
alert base running. And Phoenix Hernandez,
He's
if he
in
didn't
there.
take off immediately,
he would have been out. Yeah, you're right.
Just an alert play. He had that secondary lead. He sprinted from only about 60 to 55 feet away.
Once the
so-
ball bounced onto the grass area to the left of the Brockton catcher, that's when Hernandez knew he was going to be able to advance, but it was close.
So how do you score that? Is it a wild
Well,
pitch
I'd say
and
a
a stolen
wild
base,
pitch.
or just
No,
a
I'd
wild
just
pitch?
say a wild pitch.
1-1 is the count on Billy Butler of the Nashua Silver Knights. 6'2" and 220 from Rhode Island, Foster, Rhode Island. Also plays for URI. And big play by Phoenix Hernandez to get himself into scoring position with 2 outs. Opportunity to tie the game here for Butler. 1-0. Brockton ROX leads it. Every run magnified in a 7-inning game. Justin Garcia checks the runner at second, and from the set challenges Butler there with an 84 up in the zone, and he can't quite get on top of it. 1-2. I believe I saw Bill Dodd in the house today, the longtime athletic director and coach at Souhegan. Saw him at the front desk. I think that's him right there, is it? I got a good look at him. I'm pretty sure it was Bill coming in the front.
That's not Bill there.
No?
No, I don't see Bill at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess that would be big news if he came in.
No, he's been here before.
Yes? All right.
No, he's not in the ballpark.
Okay.
I don't know, unless he's moved way up and gotten into the shade.
Well, you're right. Probably that's
Yeah.
probably the guy I mistook for him.
Probably, John. You mistake a lot of people for people. Yeah. You've seen me all over the place, you think.
Well, I do see it. That's the point I was going to get at. Ground ball slowly hit.
Tough
Tough play. And on the run, makes it look easy. P.J. Murray fielding his
not
position.
a lot of speed there with Butler,
Yeah.
as you could tell. So,
Butler grounds out to third to end the inning. I was going to say, I've seen you at the Patriots news conferences before. And,
right. Not yet, though, because I haven't been down there
That's
yet,
why you
so.
think Justin Garcia weighs 155, because you're around those behemoths all the time
No.
down in Foxborough. We'll see. Can you find out for us?
No.
Ask in the dugout. Hey, the program says. Well, that's the personal
They're
question.
not going to.
Okay.
They get that where the mistake is, if there is one.
Okay.
Is
Beginning
off
of
the
the season?
is off the college
Okay.
roster. It's
Yeah.
on the college website.
Yeah.
I'm going to be the finish line on the count of 3. We're going to go.
To the top of the second inning we go. The Silver Knights trailing 1-0 as Justin Garcia throws his warm-up tosses. If you just joined us, Tom and I were just debating whether the roster was correct, that Justin Garcia is 6'2" and weighs 155.
All right, well, Sterling is definitely going to move, but I'm going to give it to this guy in orange over here with the glasses. All right, let's hear it for the Boys and Girls Club. This mascot race is sponsored by Veritas Performance Training.
The Brockton ROX will be sending their 5, 6, 7 hitters to the plate here in the top of the second inning, as J.P. Knight singled home the only run of the game so far and was gunned down at second base, trying to stretch a single into a double.
From Georgetown, number 9, Andrew Mara.
So the right fielder, Andrew Mara of Georgetown University, will come to home plate to lead it off for the Rocks here in the second. And the pitch, very high to left, well inside the ballpark. A long cruise over to make the play for Liam Deegan, who's been busy out there early in this game. Makes a nice catch right down on the left field line. First pitch swinging, one up, one pitch, one down here in the second. Jared Andrew Mara flies out to left. Anthony Calarco, the designated hitter, left-handed batter. Calarco is from Wilmette, Illinois. At 6'3" and 215, plays his ball up there at the beautiful campus of Northwestern, just above Chicago and the Wrigley Field section of Chicago. Just keep on driving Lakeshore Drive and you'll eventually hit Northwestern in its purple adorned glory. Rips it down the right field line, and it is well foul into the maintenance area. Some City of Nashua trucks down there that I think escaped injury. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And that one hits the outside corner, strike 3. Appeared to have some two-seam action on it that has Calarco shaking his head thinking it was outside, but he gets caught looking. First strikeout of the game for Justin Garcia. We are live here on Nashua ETV for Game 1. Game 2 will be live on the Nashua Silver Knights Facebook page here on a July 31st of 2019. First pitch, breaking ball, misses at 75 miles per hour off the plate, and swinging on 1-0 is Nick Shumsky, the second baseman for Brockton, trying to get something started with 2 outs. At a noontime start here on a Wednesday, summer camp day. Slowly hit ground ball to third, and mirror plays to end the inning. You saw the third baseman for the Rocks execute it, P.J. Murray. Now Phoenix Hernandez comes in and does the very same thing. Feels a slow bounder inside the line and had a long way to run and a throw on the run, and it was perfectly accurate. So nicely done by both third basemen in this game to get the third out of an inning. 3 up, 3 down for the Rocks here in the top of the second. To the bottom 2 we go. 1-0. The Rocks lead the Silver Knights here in Nashua. Forecast calling for high 80s, maybe a touch, a swimming wall touch of 90. And possible shower activity later this evening. So it's good time to start a doubleheader as noontime on a forecast like that. Summer camp day, some kids who are still filing in at game time. We see a bunch of them on the concourse and in the seats in their bright orange t-shirts and bright blue t-shirts as well. Silver Knights came into the game with a record of 23 and 27. So under 500, which is a unfamiliar territory for the Silver Knights. They've had so much success since the team was founded. Brockton ROX enjoying a pretty good season at 28 and 22. And looking for a doubleheader sweep today that would get them up to the 30 wins mark and advance their place in the FCBL standings. So Justin Garcia about to face Jared Dupree, designated hitter for the Silver Knights. Left-handed batter having to face the big lefty for Brockton. First time up in the game for Jared. And he's swinging on that pitch right on the outside part of the plate. Strike 1. Good command of the first pitch of the at-bat, and that's a ball that looks like it's going to be the same pitch, but it was a breaking ball just got Dupree to chase outside off the plate. No balls and 2 strikes. And the 0-2 pitch on the way, almost got a piece of his helmet there. It was up around the brim of the peak area of the helmet. Turned away from it. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hard hit at the shortstop and off the glove into left field. A bullet off the bat of Dupree. And backing up on it just a little bit was Spencer Smith. It hit his leather, but it went into left center field. And Dupree is aboard. They're going to call that a base hit, as hard hit as it was. Leadoff single for Dupree, and Mike LaRocca is up there now, the first baseman for the Silver Knights. Also a left-handed batter with a wide open stance. Looks at a ball off the plate outside. Silver Knights trailing 1-0 here in the second inning of what will be a 7-inning game. First of 2 on Wednesday, July 31 of 2019. Swinging through that fastball. LaRocca had a good pitch to hit there, a 1-0, but just couldn't connect. Ball 2. 83 on the gun. Mike LaRocca from Vero Beach, Florida, where the Dodgers had their spring training for so many years. 2 balls and 2 strikes. He plays for Southern New Hampshire University, just up the road here in Manchester. It's good baseball if you happen to think of looking up the schedule and taking a drive over there in the spring. Wood bat out of intense competition in the cozy confines of SNHU's field. They have a giant hill that surrounds the home first base side of the field, and you can just about pick anywhere to have a commanding view of the entire field, which is fenced in. Approximately the same dimensions of Holman. Shorter fence, if you can reach it. Hard hit down the left field line. It's going to go foul. And off the fencing down there, well to the left of the left field line. So good spoil there on 2-2 by Mike LaRocca in a battle here with the big left-hander Brockton. One on and nobody out here in the bottom of the second. LaRocca trying to keep the line moving for Liam Deegan, who's on deck. It's an easy take there, and the count goes full. 3 balls and 2 strikes on LaRocca, checking with the home plate umpire to make sure that the count is full. 2 umpires here in this FCBL contest. Of course, you can see the second one stationed halfway between the second baseman and the pitcher, trying to get an advantage on a good vantage point on the play at second base. There won't be one. A walk to LaRocca. So first 2 batters reach here in the second inning. Into scoring position goes Dupree. LaRocca trots down to first base, and the batter will be Liam Deegan from the University of Virginia. Plays for the University of Virginia and lives in Richmond, Virginia. So he's a Virginia boy. Two ducks on the pond. He takes it down and in, and thinking better of going to third with the play right in front of the catcher was Dupree. And a good recovery on a ball that scored it loose there by David Driscoll. Driscoll, the Brockton catcher, already has 1 caught stealing in this game, showing off the gun to second base to nabbed Phoenix Hernandez earlier. No, it wasn't Phoenix Hernandez. It was Connor Blandini, excuse me. Hernandez successfully reached second on a wild pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike. Runners on first and second with nobody out. Driscoll tried to frame that breaking ball, looking for the back door from Garcia, but no go from the umpire, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. A hitter's count for Deegan, looking to do some damage and tie up the game. An easy take. That ball nearly hit his back foot. So 3 balls and 1 strike. Garcia in danger of loading the bases here if he doesn't come correct to Deegan somewhere in the zone. Meanwhile, waiting on deck is Alex Lane, the Silver Knights catcher, who would love to bat with the bases loaded and nobody out. Garcia gets the sign. The 3-1 pitch is on the way. It is in there for a strike. It's kind of on the inner edge. Good 2-seam action on it as well from Garcia, and not quite the cookie that Deegan was looking for on 3-1, so he takes it. Full count here, 3 balls and 2 strikes. We'll keep half an eye on the runners. They do not go. The pitch is swung on and missed. Strike 3. Garcia with 2 clutch pitches. Brockton pitcher was behind in the count, 3-1, and he came up with 2 fastballs by Deegan to get out of this part of the jam. Now it's first and second with 1 out. Second strikeout of the game for Garcia, who works quickly till Alex Lane gets him to swing and foul tip it into the mitt for strike 1. So the Silver Knights passing up what could have been a bunting opportunity. Certainly Deegan had worked a great count in his favor before the strikeout. That's a strike at the top of the zone. Breaking ball, a grimace from Alex Lane. Thought it might have stayed high, but instead he is down in the count, 0-2. Alex Lane at 6'5", one of the tallest catchers you will ever see. The pitch is down and in, and somehow Lane jackknifes out of the way of it. Garcia's thrown quite a number of those pitches where he nearly has hit the back foot of the right-handed batter. Hasn't hit anybody yet, but has come close a lot. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Modest lead off a second for Dupree. Would love to score in a single and tie this thing up. A good take there by Lane. Looked like a slider thingy that broke late inside, nearly hit him again. 2 balls and 2 strikes. On deck for the Silver Knights is the 9-hitter Barry Walsh, looking for his first crack at it today. But right now it is Alex Lane's opportunity to knock in the tying run. Garcia checks the runner and comes to the plate. Low. 3 balls and 2 strikes. He has gone full again as he tries to wriggle out of a jam here in the bottom of the second inning. Brockton leading 1-0. Clinging to that lead. 3-2 pitch to Lane. Strike 3 call. Throw to third, and he is safe. Double steal is successful. And from up here, I got to say, too close to take for Alex Lane. Well placed pitch for Garcia. 2 clutch strikeouts for Garcia. First and second and nobody out. He gets 1 batter swinging, 1 batter looking. And now with 2 outs but 2 runners in scoring position, the 9-hitter Barry Walsh is up there, the center fielder for the Silver Knights. Could actually put them ahead with 1 swing of the bat here. And he tries to, swings through that fastball at 86, one of the briskest throws of the game by Garcia, who doesn't seem to be concerned at all about pitching around Walsh with first base empties coming right after him, it appears. The 0-1 is on the way. That misses up and away. That was at 88 on the radar gun from Garcia. A little bit extra oomph upstairs. Good take by Walsh. 1-1. They defend Barry straight away at every position. There is a pretty sizable hole to shoot at between the third baseman and shortstop. If he can hit one hard in the hole, it will plate 2 most likely. Although cheating in, I got to say, as shallow as a left field that you will see with a right-handed batter up there, J.P. Knight for Brockton. You could hit anything hard up in the air and probably get over his head, unless he has great go-back ability. That one's up and away. So just as I said, it looked like Garcia wasn't going to pitch around Walsh with first base empty. He starts to do just that as he overthrows a couple of fastballs up and away. 3 balls, 1 strike to Walsh. He might want to take a whack at it if it's middle here. And he does, and he hits it way over the third left fielder's head, and it's going to be gone. A 3-run home run, jumping all over the 3-1 fastball. Barry Walsh launches one, 350 plus to straightaway left field. It didn't matter where the left fielder J.P. Knight was playing on that one. It was going to get lost. 3-1, the Silver Knights lead as Barry Walsh, with the loudest crack of the bat of the game, sends one out of here. Wow, that is what you dream about doing with a 3-1 fastball down the middle. A little bit up in the zone, and Barry Walsh did not miss it. 3 runs for the Silver Knights on 1 swing of the bat with 2 out after Garcia had struck out 2 batters with 2 aboard. Bounces that breaking ball and quickly down in the count to Noah Lucier, the Silver Knights leadoff hitter. Up and away. Up and away with the fastball. 3 balls and no strikes. So a bit rattled, it appears, Garcia, after giving up that 3-run homer. Trying to relocate the strike zone. And the 3-1 is in there. So this was the same count. Same count where Barry Walsh went deep. That one misses the inside corner, so the Silver Knights keep the line moving here after the 3-run home run. It is a 2-out walk for Lucier, shortstop and the leadoff batter, who is a threat to steal. The 2-hitter, Connor Blandini, steps up there. Connor walked and was thrown out stealing his first time around. Ground ball to the shortstop, and a bobble, throw to first base, and it is in time with the scoop. Nicely done by the first baseman, Gabe Gioso. So it is a very successful inning for the Silver Knights, who get their 3-run homer on the board. Could be the highlight of the game. To the top of the 3rd inning we go. We're joined by the Silver Knights general manager, Dave Bahucky.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How you doing?
Not bad.
How's the season going along?
Pretty good. It's coming along. We're on, what is it, game 51?
Yes, game 51. I did my Boston Latin High School math before the game, and didn't feel like we're on game 50 as far as the record, 23 and 27, and this
Correct.
will be a doubleheader for games 51 and 52 for an even deck of cards.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's been an interesting year. A lot of parity in the league. I think, what is it, 2 games separate the top 5 teams in the league.
Okay. Yep.
Unfortunately, the Silver Knights are 5.5 out, but they're still going to get in the playoffs. They'll get in the play-in round. Right now, if the season ended today, I believe they would be in Bristol for a 1-game playoff, but there's still a lot of baseball to play, so we'll see how things shake out.
It is summer camp day here at Holman Stadium. It's the kind of weather you expect on a July 31st at a noontime start. And It's a great place to be at the ballpark on a weekday.
Yeah, absolutely.
Beats working.
Absolutely. They were calling for some thunderstorms later, but I think they're going to hold off. We should get 2 in today.
I think you're right. I think they're going to hold off till well after you'll get your 2 games in, which is great. Just actually works out great that the timing of it. So Justin Garcia's on the mound. Dave, you can weigh in on this if you want.
Sure.
But we were talking about the roster says that I think that's Justin Garcia. They didn't change up the pitchers. We were talking about the roster said he's 6'2" and 155. I said he's big. He's better built than 155. And Tom's like, that could be right. So we don't know. We were going to ask him. It's not too personal a question. Good play by Noah Lucier, the shortstop for the Silver Knights. Makes that one look routine, and so leadoff batter David Driscoll retired for Brockton. I guess, when you're young, you can eat whatever you want. And it's hard to put on weight. Remember those days?
Well, especially when you're out here in the hot sun. I mean,
true.
The heat has not been forgiving the past couple of weeks.
Quinn Craze, the center fielder for Brockton, getting his first time up at bat as they appeal the check swing, say no swing. That's a tough call for the first base umpire because he's not where they usually go.
Exactly.
I mean, he might as well ask a fan at that point.
Home plate guy is the best look at that one.
It's a blooper to right's going to find grass. Base hit for Craze, who got jammed but gets a base hit out of it. So a 1-out base runner for the Brockton ROX.
Those jam shots are deceiving. The way the ball comes off the bat, the outfielder, you can see he took 2 steps back initially, where it was just tough read because you just can't tell.
You're right, and that's where you just can't find the you're not going to make the catch after that first step back. Tom King, any questions for our general manager?
I remember if I saw the general manager groove any pitches like I just saw that groove pitch for the number 9 hitter for the Knights for the home run.
Once or twice, Tom. I don't think I was here long enough for you to remember it, actually.
No, you're right. Probably not.
Quite the home run, though. Thrilled the fans.
Did okay low, though, didn't you?
Had a decent year.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Had a decent year.
Yeah.
Barry Walsh's blow, the difference in the game.
Well, what happened was is Garcia was falling behind the hitters. And Rocca did a good job with his at-bat. Then the next 2 hitters didn't. They didn't know how to stay alive in the at-bat after he fell behind, and then with 2 strikes and everything else. And but Walsh got ahead in the count, and he knew Garcia had to come in with something, and he was right on top of it. I think in this humidity the ball carries anyway. So
was commenting before the home run that the left fielder was playing really shallow.
Got
he gets him
got
leaning,
him.
and they don't give him the
No! Wow.
I think everybody had the same body language after the safe call, like, thought he had him there. He was leaning the wrong way clearly. It was a good move over to first by Garcia. Just didn't get the out call. So it's still...
Now here's where we'd be stopping the game for 10 minutes to check the replay.
Right, at the other level.
In Weymouth at the commissioner's house, right?
Foul straight back to the screen.
That's where the cameras are the monitors.
Of course, today is that big trade deadline day in the Major League, speaking of that, and that doesn't happen in the FCBL, correct? July 31, just another day, right?
Trade deadline's the end of the season.
Okay. There we go.
The rosters are always shaken up.
Yep.
Injuries. Coaches wanting their kids coming back to school. All sorts of different things.
There goes the runner. It's very high to center. The runner's
late jump for everybody.
Back, and it's going to be an opportunity to throw him out. Throw to first. Not in time. Back.
Late jump for everybody.
Yeah.
But Walsh came in and made the catch and almost got the double play, but not quite. Ball hung up for a long time, so there was no excuse for the runner not to be able to get back. Although he probably thought that Walsh wasn't going to get there. So where he was may have been the perfect spot, because if that ball had dropped in and he was further back, he would have been forced at second base.
Spencer Smith was the one who flied out there to center field. So the 2-hitter, P.J. Murray up there, he doubled solid to right center his first time up. Looks at a pitch away, like Garcia might have remembered that first pitch double to P.J. Murray, and he was very careful there with that first pitch. 1-0 is the count. 2 out now. Still a man at first base, and he gets him way out in front. 72-mile-an-hour changeup.
Dave, any truth to the rumor that they'll have Brockton and maybe North Shore have to play a doubleheader if they need to make it up?
If it matters, they may have to.
Yeah, that would be Monday, right?
I was saying earlier that there's only 2 games separating the top 5 teams in the league.
Right.
So I mean, if it's going to matter in terms of playoff seeding, they
would have to do it.
They have no choice.
Right,
Right.
they have to play it on Monday, and that would delay the start of the playoffs till Tuesday.
Yeah, and with the playing game and then the 2-3 game sets, I mean, the playoffs can go well into next week if weather doesn't cooperate or whatnot. We'll see what happens.
Very deep to left center. Murray bidding for his second double, and he hits it out of here.
Yes,
PJ Murray.
He got another one of those.
Gets the good news at second base from the umpire.
He got another one of those high pitches we talked about that Bergeron's been dealing with, and
I
boom.
think you were talking about how the ball's carrying today, Tom.
It is.
That surprised the batter, PJ Murray.
It did.
He hits a home run to match the 3-run homer that was hit by Barry Walsh a half inning earlier, and is a tie game, 3-3.
To piggyback that point, the ball carrying, you do not see a lot of opposite field, right center, left center, deep gap shots like that. That's pretty impressive.
That was impressive. That ball was, like the outfielders when it left the bat, I think they thought they had a chance to get it, and it just carried, just kept going.
Yeah, that was about a 370 to 380 foot shot off the bat of PJ Murray. So 2 out, nobody aboard in a tie game, 3-3. Tom King knows all about tie games and 7-inning contests. Congratulations to the Nashua Legion team, state champs.
Yeah, Dave was here yesterday. He watched all that game as well. It was an interesting game.
What'd you think of the quality of the ball yesterday, Dave?
It was a well-played game. It was very well pitched.
Yeah, you had the 2 best teams in the state playing.
Very well pitched.
Yeah. Varun Lingadal in relief, 5 scoreless innings.
Wow. MVP?
No, the MVP of the tournament was Zach Finkelstein. He had 10 for 15, and he also tossed a 1-hitter, and he also drove in the tying run.
Oh, clearly.
So, 10 for 15 overall in the tournament, and then he tossed a 1-hitter, I think, on Sunday, and then Saturday or Sunday, and then it went on from there.
1-2 is the count.
But I'll tell you what,
Gioso.
It was a tough day here Monday, and Dave was here for that too. Nashua played a winner's.
Very high to center.
Watch out! Here comes.
No, not going to carry that far. I haven't seen balls carry to center field like that. Usually, if the ball carries in this park, it's usually towards the left. That seems to be the happy air zone. But what happened on Monday was Nashua had to play they had already secured a place in the finals, but they had to play because of some, coaches vote that everybody had to play every day or whatever. There were all sorts of obscure rules that didn't need to exist. And Nashua had to play on Monday against Concord, who had a loss, and they eliminated Concord. But the game, John, it was 13-12 after 2 innings.
Wow.
It's bad baseball because you have one team that
25
really,
runs in 2 innings.
One team that didn't want to be there. And Joe Berman, who has pitched games for us when we've done broadcasts, high school or league, the poor kid. I mean, it was sweltering here, and the poor kid had to leave the mound in the first inning being heat exhausted. Late with 2 outs and runners on. He was just really, really out of it on the mound. They got him out of there. They rushed out, got water on him, and got him out. And he was fine. He was here yesterday. But Nashua had already secured a place in the finals. They should have had Monday off. All right, and they should have had Concord, Portsmouth, and Exeter all. Seed Exeter, take the top seed, have them play the 7 o'clock game, have Portsmouth and Exeter play, or Portsmouth and Concord play at 4:30. The winner plays Exeter, and then the winner goes to the finals against Nashua. But the way it was so weird that if Nashua had lost that game, they would have automatically advanced to a 7 o'clock game last night and for a one and done. And if they had won that game, which they did, they would have a 4:30 game, and then they have 2 games, a chance to lose one of those 2 and still, lose the first and still play in the second. But you could tell they did not want to be here if they had to for that second game last night. They just squeaked it out.
So to the bottom of the third inning we go. A bunt hit attempt by Hernandez.
Oh!
And he's going to be aboard. We'll call it a hit and an error. As he goes to second, he's thinking about third, and he's going to stop. He's putting the brakes on. The right fielder, Andrew Myrick got to it.
Well, he looked at, he looked back, but I'm sure BJ never had the style. I wasn't watching BJ, but I'm sure he had the hands out.
We're grateful to have the general manager of the Nashua Silver Knights, Dave Pohucky, with us here on the broadcast, and it's the tail end of the 2019 summer season. And what will be one of the highlights for you, Dave, when you look back at this summer here with the Silver Knights?
I think just the major transition in ownership and front office management, just getting through it, finding a way, and there's a lot of different things that we had to work on in terms of major overhauls again with the new ownership and everything, and I think we still provided the fans with a good product. We still provided them with some competitive baseball. A lot of guys had good summers. You look at like Christopoulos and Harrington. They had some really good summers on the mound. You look at Dupaire, Sandstrom, Jones. They had really good summers at the dish, and those guys can all go back to their schools. They put themselves in a better position for their spring season. So that's what we're all about, and we're just going to go ahead and do better next year.
Well said. Deep drive. It goes off the glove of the center fielder, Craze, and it's going to be a double.
Should have been caught. But hey, I'll give Dave credit. He said the ball carried a little bit to center, and that one did. I think the center fielder thought it was going to carry. And that ball kind of sailed.
Something you rarely see here at home, and it's kind of throwing the outfielders off a bit.
I think that ball kind of sailed on him a little bit. But you know what? He should have.
He put himself in position to make the play.
In other words, he did, and he should have noticed that the ball was going to sail a little bit and just turn it up a notch in gear. So second and third down, nobody out. Nashua has a chance to take a lead.
Phoenix Hernandez with nobody out had to play that cautiously. That's another rarity in baseball. You have a man at second, guy hits the double, and the guy at second doesn't score. You don't see that very often.
You're right. One plays it halfway because it did look like it was going to be caught.
He did it right. And, of course,
I don't know about that.
Batter's got nothing to lose.
So he plays it halfway, and the ball goes off the glove, and it's way out in center field. He should have been able to turn the corner and score.
I think in most situations you actually want to tag up on that a little. You want to be on third if he catches it. With
it's true. No, you're right.
You got to be in the vicinity. But,
second, you're right.
Yeah. With nobody out there, we're playing it cautiously. You could potentially score on that, but there's going to be a play at the plate. 1-2 is the count on Jared Dupree.
Let's see if he can get number 9 right here with the ball carrying.
We'll have to do it against the left-hander. That curveball stays up and in. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
You have to do it opposite way. I wonder if it would carry the right the way. Right field home runs are very rare in this ballpark.
Sit on a fastball here, see what happens.
Yeah. Now it's a 2-2 count.
Dupree hit a bullet off the glove of the shortstop for a base hit his first time up.
The fastball seems to be Garcia's best pitch today. That one, no, but he's tried to throw the curve. I don't think he's had the command and any off-speed stuff.
Same approach, 3-2. He doesn't want to load him up, so challenge him, see what happens.
What does Dave Pohucky throw in this situation if he's on the mound?
Cutter.
And he did. I think he did.
That was 80. Well, it could have been. I think you're right.
I think he did.
Because his top speed on the fastballs hit to upper 80s, and that was low 80s, so put a little movement on it. He's definitely treating Dupree like a threat with first base empty. Doesn't want to give him anything too good. And he hits it at the second baseman. 1 run's going to come in. 2 runs are going to score. It will be scored probably as a single, but again.
Oh, I don't know.
It didn't touch him.
That's an E4. E4 all the
if
way.
you're a pitcher, you
If
want
I'm, on
Under
the
his
mound, if
glove.
I'm on the mound, you got to make that play. I'm sorry.
Under the glove, you've got to make that play. That's an error in anybody's book. At
not
this
mine.
level,
Not mine.
this level, no, that's because you played second,
No,
John.
because I'm a left-handed
No, it's
batter.
because you played second. let's get to the bottom of it. All right.
That's true. That's true.
Let's not cut to the chase.
No, I did play second, but I was thinking more as a lefty batter trying to
E4
gut out a hit against
all
the lefty
the way.
pitcher.
Glove was down
And you
and
hit
it
it
went
hard.
right under his glove.
He should have stopped it.
Even if he makes the out, you still get an RBI on the play.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
do.
Another base
Rip
hit.
to right, first pitch swinging. The lefty's getting the job done here against Garcia. First Dupaire. And that is an error against the Rocks, by the way. They actually might have given an error on the first time up. Dupaire hit it off the shortstop's glove. That went under the second baseman's gloves. I think both
I
of
would
those.
give him.
No, that
I would
actually
give,
no.
I would give him an RBI.
The error was on the pitcher for throwing it away on the
Right,
bunt.
right,
That's
exactly.
what that was. So
But
that I
that's-
think they did give an error on
They
that.
just
though.
did. They just
Yeah.
posted it up.
Yeah, so it's a two-run error.
But the hitter gets one RBI.
He does. Yep. So E4,
And that's going to be it for Garcia as he leaves.
5-3 lead.
On a hot day,
Yeah.
It's the thing, too, with these day games. I mean, these guys play maybe, 2 day games during the entire summer. So you really never know what you're going to get in terms of performance. You know,
Right.
guys, how they recover, if they're going to be tired, if they're going to
Yeah.
just, be lethargic out in the
Is
field,
it-
especially in this heat.
there's a few more day games in Brockton because they do a few of those camp days where they'll play a game, especially or school day during the school year for those first 2 weeks of the season. They'll try to squeeze in 2 of those. I think.
Yeah, but still maybe 3. I mean,
Yeah, true.
baseball players especially are such
They're geared
creatures,
tonight.
of habit. And then you
Geared
get,
to tonight.
you get your routine. Right now, they'd probably, just be getting out of the gym or
Right.
just be getting their lunch, and now they're on the field trying to compete. It's a totally different.
Yep.
Doesn't matter what the standings are in day games and leagues like this. You never know what you're going to get.
George Goldstein takes the mound now for the Rocks. Westport, Connecticut native out of Middlebury College.
Well said.
Yes. I was even amazed I was able to read it without my reading glasses.
Yeah, the same goes for Tom on those noontime starts, Dave.
Oh, it's brutal.
Okay, Tom's just getting up, drinking his coffee,
Exactly.
making some eggs.
Truthfully, he's got to be an all times of the day sports reporter. When the Patriots get going pretty early, don't they, these days? First thing in the morning?
Yeah, that's a trip where I usually get down there if I'm gonna, and I don't have a lot of time to do them this summer, but because we've got a lot of teams, in tournaments, and they're going to be gone next
A lot
week. They're
going
gonna be
on.
in Detroit.
They are, yeah. A couple weeks.
So, right. Well, they'll be gone next week. So, but yeah, that's when you get down there. Try to get down there by 10:30 or so and catch the last 45 minutes of practice, and then get the interviews done. And then turn around and get the heck out of there and get home.
Now betting, the University of Virginia, number 40.
I plan on going down to the night practice on Monday night, but Nashua had to play here on on Monday, and so that was out.
And people in Nashua appreciate your coverage. As Tom pointed out, the Nashua Legion with their first championship in
And since 1998.
21 years?
Yeah.
Wow. Congratulations. Also, Tom pointed this story out to us. Hannah Muchamore, the star point guard for the Bishop Girton girls basketball team.
Post-university.
Congratulations
did
to
that
Hannah.
used to be CW Post? Did they change that? Or
It's got to be.
It's got to be.
It's got to be, yeah. And she was very happy.
But they're in Division 2.
D2, she said.
D2 school, yeah.
Yeah, a
right.
scholarship to go there is great. Well deserved.
Well, you've got almost all of those players locked and signed, sealed, and delivered for schools for.
Yeah.
After
She's going to
the-
be a senior. We're going to
Yeah.
see her play again, right?
You see players commit in after their junior year.
That's
and a
the
lot of
year
them.
to go out
That's
and
the
make
year to go out-
decisions.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. It seems to be. It used to be your senior year, but now it's your junior year.
Foul tip off of the catcher. The home plate umpire gives them some time to collect himself, and also they're not going to need some new equipment. Backup catcher coming with the mask. It's not needed.
Just ran a 6.5 down a home plate.
Yeah, he did.
Dave, what's the first task you're going to have in the off season once the season ends and you break for a little bit or whatever, and then you get right back to it? what's the first task that you're going to have?
It's really putting together a short-term, long-term off-season plan. I mean, we're working on it right now just to finalize everything and just structure our off-season so we're making sure we're doing all the right things to get ready for 2020.
Right.
Again, like I said, we had very little time in the new ownership.
Perfect bunt. Third baseman slips and falls and still makes the throw. P.J. Murray has made 2 sparkling defensive plays in addition to his home run.
That was impressive.
He's quite a ball player, that third baseman,
He
Murray.
sure is. But yeah, that's exactly what you want to do. Is you want to get a plan for the offseason.
Just structure it, get it structured. In terms of specific tasks, I got to sit down with John and Cam and talk about all those things and prioritize all, because there is a lot that needs to be done, but we got to prioritize and.
Right.
But again, it's going to be nice to actually have an off season to get stuff ready.
Oh, it'll make a world of difference. I don't think there's any question about it.
8 months as opposed to 8 weeks is
it's a good line.
It's nice.
Exactly it.
Alex Lane with a chance to double up the Nashua Silver Knights 5-3 lead with a base hit here. 2 runners in scoring position. Ground ball, and Murray stops it, throws to first in time. Good stop, but a run scores. It's an RBI ground out for Lane, and another nice play by P.J. Murray, the Brockton third baseman.
Al Murray went for the sure out. He could have gone home, I think, maybe for a play, because I think he might have had a play at the plate, but he decided once the ball juggled a little bit, he said, "No, I'm going to get the sure out. I'm going to go first."
So perfect sacrifice bunt by Liam Deegan, followed up by a hard hit ball inside the line by Alex Lane. And it's a 6-3 lead. Still a runner in scoring position at second base. That's Mike LaRocca. And the batter is Barry Walsh, who hit the home run, the 9-hitter. He had to wait a while to get his first at bat of the game, and on a 3-1 pitch, he made it count big time with 2 on and 2 out. A 3-run homer to straightaway center field his first time up. That was against a different pitcher as he faces Goldstein now for the first time. Ground ball, hit it to the wrong place in this game. P.J. Murray crossed the diamond for out number 3.
And Goldstein has that almost side delivery. Pitches coming, breaking to the right, breaking away from the right-hander. But those last 2 pitches were hittable. They didn't break to the outer part of the plate. They broke right from the inside corner in. So
Middle.
Yep.
And he got away with it there, thanks to the fine third base work of P.J. Murray.
Still 3 runs for the Silver Knights, and they lead at 6-3 after 3. Don't forget, fans, this is a 7-inning ball game, so it's more or less like the end of the 5th.
You ever got a chance to dance this dance, Dave?
Not much of a dancer.
Is this going to be it? Oh, this isn't it. This is something else.
Not yet.
That's the
T-shirt toss.
I'm not much for dancing,
YMCA T-shirt toss today.
YMCA T-shirt toss. Cool.
Let's see if they can,
camp day.
Let's see if they can reach it up to here.
Yeah, they're pretty good throwing arms on these guys. So no problem.
I was going to say, if you're going to have anybody make the throws, you must have the ball players do it.
Whoa! Somebody almost reached us, though. I felt like. John Collins with Tom King. Our cameraman is Tim O'Neill, and our guest is Dave Pohucky, the general manager of the Nashua Silver Knights. Tail end of the 2019 summer season. I thought I saw a weatherman yesterday talking about a record heat for July, like the most 90-degree days or something like that.
Hottest July on record, supposedly. We've had hot days, but I haven't,
I guess it was just more than usual.
I guess so.
Just a greater number.
We're still behind the number of 90-degree days for the summer.
So let me ask you about the schedule, Dave. Tom was saying at the beginning of the season it was kind of an unusual schedule, maybe not your favorite at the beginning of the season. Do you have any control of that? When is it going to be set for next year? Is it going
when I came in the first week of April, the schedule was already set. I believe they do that in February, maybe early March. So
actually, they were late this year because of all the dispute with Martha's Vineyard. They didn't know if they'd have 8 teams or 7. I think they had two schedules worked on, but then they had to go back and redo them again. So in a perfect world, Dave, you should have your schedule by the middle of November. That's when it should be done. But this league has been in such a state of flux the last couple of years. I don't know if that's possible because, let's face it, they want to add an 8th team. They'd like to.
It makes scheduling that much easier.
Oh, my God. And
So
you have
much
Mondays
easier.
off.
Everybody can have an off day, correct.
Everybody has an off day.
Hit hard to left, sinking fast, base hit for J.P. Knight leading off the 4th inning.
And if Dave gets a schedule in the middle of November, around the 16th or 17th, just before the holidays, that he can sell, he can put together holiday stuff,
promotional stuff, everything.
It just makes everything so much easier on the front office people all around the league. And I don't know if that's going to be possible this year unless they have someone lined up for that 8th team or franchise where they know that they're going to come into the league next year, and they don't have anybody defect like Martha's Vineyard did.
Correct.
So those are a lot of variables that have to be set that this league didn't encounter 3 or 4 years ago.
Well, 6, 7, 8, 9 teams doesn't matter. I'm going to have some input on the schedule this year. That's for sure.
I think the major input, the first thing has got to be let's get it done soon.
Done soon, equity in terms of spreading out the home games,
right,
and making sure everything's even and fair for everybody in the league. That's definitely a priority.
Yep.
And I'd like to put in the plug for Friday night firework games. I think they're fun.
I think they've had the average for every season's been 5. I think.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, but the difference this year was they didn't open on a Friday.
Oh yeah.
So that was always a staple that this team would. Oh, yeah, the bullpen scatters.
One of the bullpen pitchers did have his glove on, which was fortunate because that was 100 miles per hour plus off of the bat of Andrew Mara for a foul strike on a 2-0 pitch. He didn't get cheated. 2 balls and 1 strike to Mara, who flied out to left field his first time up on the first pitch. There goes the runner early, and they got him at second. Throw to second is off the fielder's glove. He's going to go to third. And that's going to go as an error against Connor Blandini. Unfortunately, he took his eye off the ball just a bit to make the tag.
You going to call it on Blandini, or is it going to be the traditional error on the throw? Because basically the throw was behind the infielder.
Ask the pitcher.
What do you think?
I mean, I think the throw was catchable.
It was.
It was catchable. There. He tried to apply the tag too early. That's all that happened.
Speaking of the second baseman, I gotta have that. It was right there at my waist. This is way down the line. It's out of here. Is it fair or is it foul? And it is foul. The home plate umpire makes the call. Just losing a baseball.
I'll tell you what, that was a lot closer than you may think.
Yeah. I just got the image of Butch Hobson charging out of the dugout.
Climbing the pole?
Yes.
I wasn't here for that. I was away on vacation. I missed all the good stuff. Away on vacation.
He used to get so mad about how short the pole was for how much power those guys had. They'd clear it like that, and just like that, and it'd be, where did it go? How do you know? This is the other way, and cruising over is Billy Butler to make the catch. It's going to be a sac fly. Shows off the arm, but it's going to be not in time to get the fine running. Actually, he's limping badly as he goes to the backstop. That is J.P. Knight, who is hobbling as he comes across home plate. I don't know if he did something to his lower leg.
Oh, he is hobbling.
Yeah, he scored on the sac fly.
And his left hand on his upper left thigh, which
could have pulled the quad. They want to see if he left early. They say no, he's okay. 6-4 on the sacrifice fly. Andrew Mara gets credit with the RBI, and J.P. Knight, a costly run scored to narrow the gap to 2. Brockton ROX batting, trailing the Silver Knights by 2 runs in the top of the 4th inning. There's 1 out, and now nobody aboard as Garcia works very high to left, and a late
sun issue.
He found it, though.
Found it, yeah. He had the glove way up.
Liam Deegan makes the play.
That's another aspect of these day games after night games is hydration. No, I was saying with the quad pull or a calf strain or a hamstring pull.
Yep.
I mean, these guys are normally, again, they're hydrating right now. They're getting their calories in them for the night game, and this just throws them off a little bit. So just that extra challenge.
So that was Anthony Calarco that just flied out to left, and Nick Shumsky The Brockton second baseman who grounded out to third his first time up. Gets a second plate appearance here in the 4th inning. Big swing on the breaking ball. Front door misses, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike.
I would imagine, Dave, in the offseason, one of the big targets in terms of, for tickets would be groups, right? I would imagine. That's
Absolutely, yes.
Which you really couldn't do in a short time.
Yeah, and that was a little frustrating because something we learned is that, well, we didn't learn it, we knew it, but we were hoping that it would work in our favor. But groups need to plan.
Yep.
Groups need time to plan, and when you only have a month and a half to get groups in,
it's
that's
tough.
Yeah.
It's almost impossible. I know it.
So our first hit batsman of the game, and Shumsky's aboard with 2 out.
And the camp day is a perfect example. That's always been
Correct.
something where they've lacked in group sales here and in the past, and that's when they've had a full year.
Yep, and it wasn't for lack of effort. We had all of our sales staff. We reached out to every camp, every
they
organization.
had already scheduled everything.
Everything's scheduled, or they just didn't have enough time to put something together.
Right,
Correct.
exactly. That's how they do it. And that may be it for Spencer?
Yeah, Spencer's out, and B.J. Neverett has made the change for the Silver Knights. A relief pitcher into the game here in the top of the 4th.
This is where you miss a guy like George Welsh going back to injuries. I think that was one of the major turning points of the season.
I think so too.
When Welsh went down, he cemented the whole bullpen.
Yes, he did.
They can plan around him. He can shut down a couple innings when you need it.
What was George's health issue?
Ulnar nerve, I believe. The elbow. He had a little issue with that in college this year, and he took I think he missed a few games at the start of the season or early in the season, getting that taken care of. And then he came in and pitched pretty well. Dominant
for 2 to 3 weeks. The team was getting a little bit momentum, and unfortunately he went down, and then they had to reshuffle the bullpen and then reshuffle the pitching staff, and it's a pretty big challenge for Kyle and BJ.
Yep, it is. And now Evan Christopoulos has been named as the Game 1 first-round starter. So he will start the play-in game in round 1 for Nashua, no matter where it is.
Yeah, Evans had a nice year. He's more strikeouts than innings pitched. I think his strikeout to walk ratio is almost 4, and he's got an ERA in the low 3s. His win-loss may not show it, but he's really had a solid season off the mound.
Nice.
And then they'll go to Harrington, I believe, and if they win that game.
Yep, another good choice. Yep.
Now in the playoffs, Dave, is it? Last year they made it official 1-1-1. Other years it was at the higher seeds' choice whether they wanted to play the first game on the road or go 1-1-1, and have the option to go 1 on the road and then 2 at home if necessary. Is there any word on that and how they're going to do it this year?
Tom, you stumped me. I haven't reached out to the commissioner on that, but that's a good question.
Yeah.
You know what? I want to win the play-in game first and then worry about that stuff later.
Exactly. But that would make a difference because if you do win that play-in game, there's no day off. You got to have everybody ready for a home game right away.
Correct.
And fans and everything else need to get the word. So
Jimmy Fahey is the relief pitcher for the Silver Knights. Right-hander from Danbury, Connecticut, attends Trinity College where he's entering his sophomore season. And he inherits a base runner with 2 out.
Once we get a better idea of the playoff picture, we'll definitely get the word out in terms of playoff schedule and everything to expect for the fans. So, via social media or our online newsletter and our website as well. So we'll be on top of it for all the fans, make sure they know. Hopefully we can get a home playoff game somewhere in that scenario, and hopefully we can get them out here for some exciting playoff action. That'd be great.
The one goal for the Silver Knights starting out in the playoffs, according to BJ Neverett, is let's not have to travel 2 hours to a game, but it's possible they could. They could go to Pittsfield or Bristol. There's a lot of teams all jumbled up. I think my ideal scenario is they have to go on the road. Let's go to Worcester. Let's have the Cretan Bowl. That's it.
That'd be interesting.
Yep.
So Shumsky steals second.
Especially since I'll be making several trips to Worcester over the next 10 days because the National Legion team is be playing there in the regionals.
Wow, good luck to them.
Yep.
1 ball and 2 strikes.
Does John do the cooking for those games too?
Always.
Oh, great.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Always on the grill. That or picking up garbage.
Right. But I mean, if they're doing the concessions for the regionals, that's what they are. Then I know I'll be well fed.
I think ideally, from a Cretan perspective, he'd like to see the Silver Knights and Worcester both at home for the playoffs. But you know,
Right.
we'll see how it pans out.
Right, because they could have a
2
home
gates.
game too.
Yeah.
Right, but we'll see. Nashua's going to have to go on a major winning streak, I think, to get a first-round home game.
Twos are wild here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and a 2-run deficit for the ROX as the ball is lost momentarily.
And that's going to allow the runner to advance, and I would say a wild pitch because it bounced.
So the wild pitch put Shumsky at third base with 2 out. David Driscoll, the batter, grounded out to short. His first time up, an RBI opportunity here. Chance to make it a 1-run game in the top of the 4th of what is scheduled to be a 7-inning contest, the first of 2 here at Holman Stadium. We are live for Game 1 here on Nashua TV. Second will be streaming on the Facebook page. Pop up in the infield, and Noah Lucier makes the catch.
All right, guys. Thanks for having me. I got to run.
Dave, thank you for your time.
Appreciate it, John.
And joining
Thanks,
us.
Tom.
Dave Polecki, the
We will
general
see
manager.
you tomorrow night. I will. John won't.
Right, as Joe Buck and his dad said. So to the bottom of the 4th we go. I hope he didn't feel like we were holding him hostage there, because we enjoyed every minute with Dave Polecki, but he's the general manager. He's got things to do. John Collins with Tom King and Tim O'Neill, our cameraman here on Nashua TV. As I was saying, live for Game 1 of this Wednesday, July 31, 2019 noontime game, and then Game 2 will be on the Nashua Silver Knights Facebook page coming up. 6-4, the Silver Knights lead it. 6 hits for Nashua, 5 hits for the ROX. Both teams have made a few errors, but thrilling home runs. One by Barry Walsh in the 9th spot in the order, 3-run home run that would have made our old Nashua Holman Stadium stomping ground friend Butch Hobson proud, coming out of the 9th position in the order. Has been the big blow of the game for the Silver Knights, and the big blow for the Brockton ROX, P.J. Murray, who could come up in this inning if somebody gets on. It'll be the next inning, actually, that make that. Actually, he's due up third next inning. So the Silver Knights will be sending the top of the order up there. Noah Lucier, Connor Blandini, and Phoenix Hernandez set to hit for the 3rd time through the order. So far tonight, Noah has walked and struck out. Noah plays for Stonehill, and he is entering his sophomore season from Sandown, New Hampshire. Facing George Goldstein of Middlebury.
Oh, that ball
College.
just tails coming in, doesn't it?
Yeah. But if you're sitting on it, like you said, and it misses in the middle, you could do a lot of damage
Exactly,
with
and he's missed in the middle a few times. They just haven't jumped on it.
that. At 69 miles per hour.
That was
That's a
straight.
fastball.
That's a
That's-
straight fastball. No
Yep.
tail on that at all.
Well placed. So it's 0-2
Yeah,
quickly on Lucier.
Yeah, Lucier was caught off guard.
Goldstein going from the stretch with nobody on base. And a slow curveball again to P.J. Murray, and throws to first in plenty of time for the out. It's been busy at third base and has made every play. 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. The Silver Knights trying to improve upon a 2-run lead.
That's important, though. What Dave Polecki talked about is the off season. That they have a lot of groundwork to lay and work to do. These camp days, you really only want to have them if you have them sold. Now they got locked into a doubleheader, so Ronnie Wallace used to do that. Try a camp day out, and if he didn't think he had ticket sales, they moved it to a night game
Because they want to get more walk-up.
They get more walk-up.
Yeah.
So, and it's hard to sell a camp. Now, the camp day was already scheduled pre-Creedon ownership. So it's hard to sell a camp day in April to the camps because they've already got their summer itinerary all done and set. So a lot of camps already had games scheduled to go elsewhere, you know, day activities or field trip. It's a field trip for a camp is what it is.
Yep. George Goldstein operates in the neighborhood of 68 to 76 miles per hour with his different pitches. And that's pitching because he's getting some outs.
And he's getting a lot of pop-ups if you see that.
Yeah.
That's what you get because you're lunging for the ball. You're late and caught off guard.
Blandini flies to center. So the first two batters at the top of the Silver Knights batting order are retired.
Here comes Garcia after getting iced down by the Silver Knights training staff.
Oh, yeah. Phoenix Hernandez, the batter. That ice is going to melt quickly.
Sure is, isn't it? Boy,
yeah.
Wow.
Phoenix Hernandez has hit the ball hard a couple of times tonight and scored a run. 2 for 2. And he takes a healthy cut. He's kind of grimacing. I think that was a situation where he was sitting on a curveball and he got a fastball and he just said, I'm going to take a swing anyway, even though I'm late. Stare it out. Somehow he got hit. It grazed him on the way through. Goldstein says, are you sure? It must have nicked a piece of his batting glove. Because it sure didn't hurt. But Hernandez is aboard with 2 out. Second hit by pitch of the game, 1 for each team. Billy Butler, chance to hit here.
Let's see how his big swing handles the tail pitch.
Yeah, he just has to guess right because I think he could hit either one that Goldstein features. Speaking of the fastball and the curveball, slow curveball.
Okay, what was the need for that timeout?
I think it was that the batter felt he was getting quick pitched. Butler wasn't really set ready for the pitch, and he wasn't ready for that one. That's paint on the outside corner at 78. Goldstein is a pitcher. I'll tell you what, he's ready to go. And that was why Butler called timeout the first time. The 0-1 is on the way. Oh, big swing. I think.
Took a lot off it.
Yeah, it was maybe a straight change.
Yeah, if not the curve. A kid like Butler who's used to hitting a lot of home runs off batting practice, a lot of BP homers, I take a little bit off it.
Tell you what, this George Goldstein guy, he operates ahead in the count a lot. Ground ball to the shortstop. Charging, fielding, throwing, and it is safe. Oh, he's out at first.
Called out, and it looked like he was safe.
I think he was, but they gave him the out call, and it goes as a 6-3 put out to end the inning.
Probably 7 of the other players in that lineup would have beaten that up. Butler does not have a lot of speed. So we've played 4 here at Historic Holman. 6-4, Nashua clinging to a 2-run lead. On a hot, humid day.
Yeah. Tell you what, Goldstein is the perfect pitcher to bring into the game if you're the Rocks. He just attacks the zone. He works really quickly. And it's hot out, so that's exactly what you want as a fielder.
It's hot, but there is not a 9 in front of that number. It is 88 degrees. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And with the mix of sun and clouds, I can see that.
Yeah,
a definitely. Haze, a lot of clouds.
Yep.
So.
They got the inflatables up down the left field line for the kids. They're enjoying themselves on camp day here at Holman Stadium. I see Spike is in the house.
Silver Knights wrap up the regular season home schedule tomorrow night. It'll be their final, as they call it, Thirsty Thursday night of the season. And the weather's supposed to be decent from what I understand.
Yep.
So not as hot as this, not as uncomfortable. But let's hope they can get a...
Come on out. Enjoy yourself.
We'll see how the crowd is for that last home game. and it's just a question of whether they are able to
Quinn Crace.
get that kind of crowd and for that last game, but also whether they're able to advance in the playoffs and get another home game.
So Jimmy Fahey with that over-the-top delivery. Throws strike one. This one's down the left field line. It is slicing foul.
Boy, that over-the-top delivery is more pronounced in our eyes as we watch it because of the delivery from previous pitcher of Brockton.
Yes. It almost looks like if he lost control of it at a certain point, it would come right up here. Because
no, you're catching it. I'm not.
It is right over the top. Oh, ground ball up the middle and
right
through.
Up the middle.
Well done with 2 strikes, I got to say, by Quinn Crace, the 9 hitters. 2
yeah,
for 2.
classic example of just getting the bat on the ball and trying to see, if it goes foul,
Yep.
it goes foul, but just get the bat on the ball. Don't strike out.
He saw 3 straight strikes from Fahey, and he made use of that third one up the middle. So the 9 hitters, 2 for 2 for Brockton, and he's on base with nobody out here in the 5th. A promising start to the 5th inning for the ROX. Spencer Smith, the lead batter, has flied out twice in 2 plate appearances. Lefty batter, and the pitch is off the plate inside. 1 ball and no strikes to Spencer Smith. He wears number 22, 6'2" and 175 from Wellesley, Massachusetts, and Northeastern, and he takes one right down the middle. 1-0 is 1-1 is the count to Smith, shortstop for Brockton. Just in case, Phoenix Hernandez, the Silver Knights' third baseman, is in front of the base. Throw over first, back easily is Crace. Just in case there might be a bunt hit attempt. Pitch to left field. Long run. No, not that long. Easy play for Liam Deegan.
That's 6 steps.
He was actually shading the left-handed batter that way. So here's the guy who drove a ball out of here to the opposite field from Florida Atlantic University, P.J. Murray. He's doubled and homered, 6 total bases, 2 runs driven in, a run scored, batting with 1 out and 1 on, and he takes the strike.
Ooh, that's a tough pitch.
Yeah. That was an overhand changeup at 70 miles an hour, just floated down into the top of the zone.
But let's see what the amazing P.J. Barry does with it. Does with another pitch like that, because he'll see another one.
That one doesn't get down that time, so it's 1-1.
Like the old folly floater.
Ton of power. You're playing straight away to all positions. That one's outside. Ooh, he gave him the call. Oh, boy. That one seemed to be a...
That's called...
I hate to say it, but it seemed to be a foot off the plate.
That's called it's hot.
Yeah.
And you guys better be swinging.
Sounds like a cliche when you say a foot off the plate. Spoils that one.
So he swung at that because he had a call.
Yep, he had to. Runner was going, and he had the base stolen. A huge jump for Quinn Craze off of first. Understandably, Jimmy Fahey's all preoccupied with the power-hitting, left-handed batting third baseman of the ROX. Trying to come up with an out pitch here. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Throw to first. Back in plenty of time. Craze's got a small lead over there. But Fahey just trying to catch him leaning, or napping, as they say. Looking in, trying to sometimes.
Just as long as you don't catch me napping.
I think we almost caught Tim napping, our cameraman. Big yawn. And another spoil there by Murray. It's kind of a agonizing at bat for him because he knows Fahey is intent on not giving him anything too good. So it's nibble, nibble. Off speed on the corners. You had the umpire giving that wide zone. The 1-2 pitch on the way. Swung on and
pitch.
missed, strike 3.
Nice
83
pitch.
miles an hour up.
Right, exactly. A little bit taken off, a little bit up.
Yep.
But it's tough to pick up the ball right away, and that split second trying to pick up the ball is why you swing and miss at a pitch like that.
Now batting.
Exactly.
St. Mary's, number
2 out
15,
in the Brockton
Gabe
fifth.
Gioso.
Gabe Gioso's grounded out and flied out in 2 plate appearances.
Oh, a good job by Lane. Lane helped that by bringing the ball in on that call.
Silver Knights catcher framing the pitch. Jimmy Fahey with the 0-1 on the way. The runner goes. It's low. A little bit of trouble getting out of the
That's
glove.
why I would have said don't throw it.
Yep.
I would have said no. I can't get the ball out. We're going to give him the base and get the out.
That was the decision to make.
And he didn't do it.
So runner at third with 2 out.
That'll be an error. 2 errors now for the Knights.
Yeah. So 2 errors for each team. Stolen base in the error puts Quinn Craze at third base with 2 out. And an RBI opportunity for Gabe Gioso, first baseman for Brockton, trying to make it a 1-run game. 6-4, the Silver Knights lead here in the 5th. Another one in the dirt, and having a little bit of trouble finding it was Alex Lane. As tall a catcher as you'll see at 6'5". Carlton Fisk, he was 6'4", wasn't he? He was up there.
Sure. Yeah, he wasn't a small catcher.
No, I think another tall catcher from my childhood days, Bill Freehand from the
Oh yeah, from the Tigers. What a catching matchup in that World Series in '75 with Fisk and Bench.
Oh, right.
2 Hall of Famers.
Wow. Did not ever get any better than that. 3 balls, 1 strike. Line drive right at the second baseman.
Right at him. Right at
Fortunate
Colin.
for the Silver Knights, or that would have been a 1-run game.
Yep.
Instead, runner is stranded at third. We go to the top of the bottom of the 5th inning. Bottom of the 5th, the Silver Knights about to bat, leading 6-4. We move along to the bottom of the 5th inning here at Holman Stadium with a buzz of fun in the air on summer camp day. A lot of kids in the house. It was a noontime start to a sunny and hot doubleheader here at Holman Stadium. And the Silver Knights benefiting from a 3-run home run in the mix by Barry Walsh back in the 2nd inning, have a 6-4 lead as we see the home team bat here. Bottom 5, George Goldstein, the crafty right-hander. On the outside corner, fouled off to the left. Jared Dupree, followed by Mike LaRocca and Liam Deegan, due to hit here in the 5th inning. 5, 6, 7 part of the order. Strike given and a grimace from Dupree. That had 2-seam action, which means it goes farther away from the left-handed batter as it approaches the plate. And the umpire giving that 20-inch strike zone. Plate is only 17 inches wide. He swings over the top of that, and it's a 3-pitch strikeout for Goldstein. Mike LaRocca, perfect on the day, has walked and singled. This is his 3rd at-bat. His first look at Goldstein, he was the guy who basically knocked the starting pitcher, Spencer Bergeron, out of the game. And then they did the pitching change. So this is the ninth batter to face Goldstein. Hits it high in the air. It's playable if the ROX can get there, and a long run for P.J. Murray. Not
I have
quite.
rarely seen a foul ball caught in that left field area.
Yep.
Just a tough run for somebody to make it all the way.
Right. Well, the only instance you're going to see is when a dead pull right-handed batter gets up, maybe the shortstop gets over there because they're playing in the hole. relief bullpen activity for the Silver Knights. We got a lefty throwing down there. We'll see if he gets into the game in the next half inning, possible. Meanwhile, Mike LaRocca dealing with an 0-2 count here against Goldstein. Hard hit at the shortstop. He backs up. Spencer Smith, long throw, and it's off the first baseman's glove.
Wow.
It's probably going to be another error. Yep. And they're going to have to give it to Smith, the shortstop.
Oh, no doubt about it. That ball sailed. But again, LaRocca, he does a good job of getting the bat on the ball, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
In that at bat, he's going to go to second because the ball went in the dugout. In that,
that's a 2-strike swing that you don't see too much of anymore.
No, exactly. You're right. And he reached for that. But that at bat, I think it was in the second inning where he was down in the count and didn't look lost, and then he works the count ahead and ends up getting the walk. I thought that was a really huge. I think he walked, didn't he?
He did walk, and that was before the 2 strikeouts and the homer.
And the homer, but he set it up.
Yeah, he set it up.
Yeah.
He was on base.
It was a great at bat, I thought.
So here we have the number 7 hitter. And
Looper had nobody there.
Inside outs it to right. They're going to hold the runner at third. Right fielder was cheating in. So
right, and not a lot of speed there with LaRocca, I don't think.
Deegan.
Of course, his main sport, John, or used to be as a kid growing up in Florida. As a kid growing up in Florida, his main sport was hockey. I think we talked about that one.
Yeah. Alex
so if he was
Lane.
on skates, I would have said it.
You know what? If he was on skates, there'd be no ice on the field.
That's
How's
true.
that?
Yeah.
No, I get you. He's probably frustrated about how slow you have to run compared to how fast he can skate. Alex Lane is struck out and grounded out. So looking for his first hit. It would be a big situation to get it. Could get some insurance runs. Big swing and a miss. So Goldstein in a bit of a jam here, surprisingly. He could have 2 out. There was an error by the shortstop. So first and third with 1 out. And it's fouled off to the right. So 2 strikes quickly on Alex Lane. Familiar territory for George Goldstein. The Middlebury Jr. has pitched ahead in the count since he's come into the game, making the batters cling to life here at the plate. To right, down the line, long run
Foul
for Mara, and it is into the Silver Knights bullpen. So goes to strike 2, and again 0-2. Goldstein in front in the count, and with a runner at third and 1 out, Lane just wants to put it in play somewhere, of course without hitting into a double play. But an RBI opportunity with his team leading 6-4 and a chance to add to it. Sun is out here brightly now. No thin cloud cover. The pitch to right. It's going to be shallow.
No. Oh.
Long run, and it's a throw to home, and well, maybe he did that by design. Nice 2-hop throw.
Decoy. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Actually wanted him to go, huh?
He did.
A nice play
Stayed
out there,
frozen,
right by Mara.
Stayed frozen, knowing he'd be able to run forward and make that catch and try to decoy LaRocca and then tag it up and go.
DQ? You thought it was deeper than it was, right?
No, I thought he gave the impression he lost it in the sun.
Oh, okay, that too, yeah.
That's what because he stayed still, which is what an outfielder does when they can't see it.
Right.
And then all of a sudden he took off. And I think he did that on purpose.
First pitch swinging, it's deep to left center and going back to the track. Quinn Craze makes the catch.
If there were 1 out, that would have been a sac fly. That one would have been a sac fly.
That definitely would have been a sac fly. Instead, it's the 3rd out of the inning. Well struck, but in the ballpark.
Still at a 6-4 game.
Barry Walsh, Tom, making his bid for a 2nd home run in the game. How amazing that would have been.
And you know what they call him after that first home run? I was down there. Barry Bicep.
Really?
Barry Biceps. Yep.
Perfect.
They call him.
Wow, good for him. Well, he's going to have to go out and play some center field right now. He came that close to his 2nd 3-run home run of the game. That would have been tremendous.
And everyone in his row is going to get
Good bid.
free popcorn. Are you ready? All right, let's see the first clip.
Ah, the movie thing.
Oh, watching the stream.
I don't have a shot. I don't have a prayer of getting any
Incredibles.
See, you got a grandkid. That's why.
Exactly.
Exactly.
I've actually seen this movie.
I haven't seen anything like that.
And it was fantastic.
I have no idea. I have no
All right,
idea.
next question.
So out of it.
I saw the new Quentin Tarantino movie last night, and I loved it.
Once
Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah, it looked pretty good from the trailer. I saw the trailer.
Marlon is correct. All right, and the third and final question.
So we have a new pitcher on the mound for the Silver
What
Knights.
sport is the movie Kicking and
See the
Screaming
number?
about?
Will Ferrell, soccer, kicking and screaming.
Yeah, there we go. 21, 31. 31 is the number.
All right, congrats,
31.
What do you got for 31 there, Mr. Collins?
The lanky left-hander for the Silver Knights, Jack Pawlowski, 6'4", 180, from Lexington, Mass, and plays for UMass.
This call for the bullpen is brought to you by
Got a live arm.
Nashua, where you can sleep on cloud 9. Now pitching for your Nashua
Just
Silver
needs to fill out a little bit.
Massachusetts, number
I'm sure
31.
he can get it up to 90.
Pawlowski.
Mid-80s fastball, and sees Jack is entering his sophomore season at University of Massachusetts. So the Silver Knights enjoying a 6-4 lead as we move along to the top of the sixth inning.
He plays a 3-run homer off the bat of Barry Walsh, and 2 runs coming off an error at second off the bat of Dupree. There's 5 of the 6 Nashua runs, and for Brockton was P.J. Barry's big 2-run homer that temporarily tied the game at 3 in the 3rd inning.
So J.P. Knight has hit the ball well today, 2 for 2. He made an out at second, trying to stretch a single into a double his first time up. He draws leadoff duty here in the top of the 6th inning. Cleanup hitter in the order for Brockton. And Pawlowski's pitch is ripped to left center for a base hit. Not wasting any time. J.P. Knight is 3 for 3.
Swinging at the first pitch.
And that will bring up the right fielder. They said shortstop. I don't think maybe they shifted him. But he is 0 for 1 with a sacrifice fly and a run batted in.
Both teams with 7 hits.
Ground ball to shortstop off the chest of Lucier to second for 1 to first for 2. They complete the double play.
And it bounced off the chest of Lucier, which was even more impressive that they were able to get that double play.
Yes. And you know that Pawlowski appreciates it.
Oh, sure. Connor Blandini with a quick turn and throw. He didn't have a second to waste.
That was the first pitch, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. 2 first pitch swings.
And 2 outs. Here's Calarco, who has struck out and flied out to left, and he swings to the first pitch.
Yeah, I'll tell you, that's what you need, because you've got, this is the 6th inning. That's really the 8th inning in terms of a regular game. So.
Right. No balls and 1 strike to Calarco, the designated hitter for Brockton. Off the plate outside, 1-1. Fouled in the box, 1-2.
Pawlowski works fast. Doesn't waste much time at all.
Pitch is on the inside corner, strike 3.
Yep.
Definitely too close to take for Calarco.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I don't know if Calarco was more upset at the caller himself for taking that pitch. But we have played now 5.5 here at Holman. It's a 6-4 Nashua lead, and now it's time for Love Is Gone. And they'll have 2 more opportunities to do this, at least for the regular season, after this one. And then you won't see it for another 9 months.
Game 2 today and then tomorrow night. We are live for Game 1 here on Nashua ETV. Game 2 will be live on the Nashua Silver Knights Facebook page. Streaming. How was the mini vacation that you had?
There was no mini vacation, John. I was off for 11 days.
11 days?
I was from that night. Well, you weren't here for the Legion doubleheader we did.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, you were. You were here for the Game 1.
I was. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So after that night, after that game second game was over, the next night, and that was a fantastic regular season game, extra innings, a walk-off win for Nashua, just like yesterday. After that night, I was off until I was here at Holman on Monday afternoon. So that was a nice break.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Got another one coming up the end of August, just before the high school season starts. That's a mini vacation. That's like a half a week. So.
See, I missed you so much. I thought, actually it went by so fast. I thought it was a vacation. Let me get out of it.
That's the thing.
It wasn't long enough for me. Kidding.
Last night I was outside grilling and taking a swim, and I said, geez, 2 weeks ago tonight I was starting my vacation. I was like,
until next year.
Yeah, I still got time.
Yeah, you do. You got a lot of sports writing to do, though, too. It's a busy time of year for
That's
Tom.
just it.
Coming
The
up.
time you take it is tough to do, so getting the break, it's...
Noah Lucier is getting his 4th time up tonight. The shortstop for the Silver Knights, drawing leadoff duty here in the 6th, and misses
what a
inside.
Pitch.
Yeah.
Looked like it was going to hit him, and then just came inside, and if it was just a little higher, it might have gotten the inside corner.
I want to guess that Goldstein's strike-to-ball ratio is like 75%. Now he misses 2 in a row, though. And
that one had no break on it at all.
2 balls and 1 strike. Noah Lucier has walked, struck out, and grounded out. Looking for his first hit in this game.
Bless you, Tim. Bless you, Tim. Tim O'Neill on camera, doing an excellent job. Pete Johnson, our executive producer, evidently producing from the studio right now.
Yes.
Right?
Checking whether the AC is working or not.
Yeah, it was here earlier. Yeah. The AC, those are the 2 main words besides studio.
Hard hit to left, and
That's
it's
gonna be
going to
over his
get
head.
over the head of the left fielder. Lucier's going to churn into second base with a stand-up double.
Solid shot by Lucier. No chance in the outfield to make a play on that. That was hit too hard, too fast.
Yeah, some impressive hitting on 3-1 counts for the Silver Knights today. The home run by Barry Walsh, and that double on a 3-1 pitch by Noah Lucier.
Those 2 pitches that missed inside put Lucier in an advantageous spot here in the bottom of the 6th.
Well, speaking of
And I don't see anybody warming up in the Silver Knights bullpen, which means Pulowski will pitch.
Yeah, he did have an economy of pitches.
Yeah, which means he will pitch the top half of the potential last inning for the ROX. Here in a 6-4 game.
Phoenix Hernandez, 2 for 2, and a hit by pitch. Has been on base all 3 times.
Insurance run would help, and Hernandez was trying to give Nashua 2 insurance runs on that swing.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's Connor Blandini, Tom.
Blandini.
I threw you a curveball there. This is Blandini batting.
Hernandez on deck.
Yeah. Yeah, he was not cheated on that first pitch, and he fouls it straight
But
back.
that was a good swing by swing by Blandini, as he was looking to take that the other way.
But
just out in front of it.
back to an 0-2 count for Brockton pitcher George Goldstein. And looking for a put-away pitch here on Blandini, who has flied out, grounded out, and walked. The 0-2 stays in. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
68 miles an hour. I might have actually had a chance at that.
A spinner.
Nashua now hitting Brockton 8-7.
Imagine he's going to go hard away.
He went hard in, and it tailed over the heart of the plate. But that tail made Blandini wait on it, and that's why he fouled it off.
Yeah, the umpire's been given that part of the plate, so it was a good decision to spoil it. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And Goldstein comes to the plate. That's inside. That was the
2-2.
fastball he missed with. Two-seamer, and it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Hard working at bat here for Connor Blandini, trying to get his teammate Noah Lucier home from second base with nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th, and he felt he was about to be quick pitch, so he called timeout. And he gets set. Out ahead of it, long run.
Up and hung up.
Craze makes the play.
He got it off the end of the bat, and it hung up in the air a little bit. Wasn't solid.
Right. And a great first step by the center fielder for Brockton, Quinn Craze. He was not fooled at all.
No, he wasn't, but the question
there.
was whether could he get there in time or not.
Number 1, Hernandez.
Phoenix hoping to stay hot. It's probably like 120 in Phoenix today, July 31st. But Phoenix Hernandez equally hot here at Holman. And he's a chance to knock a run home from second base with 1 out. Looks at a ball off the plate outside. That was a ridiculous attempt at the framing of pitch. I don't blame him for doing it, but he pulled that one in a foot and then paused. David Driscoll for Brockton, as if he was going to get that call. The 1-0. Strike on the inside corner.
That's you've been gunning for that corner the entire game.
George Goldstein will not blow it by you, but he has you guessing what's coming next. And that one is a I didn't mean to kind of swing.
Exactly, because he expected the ball on the inside part of the plate, and it was on the outer half. He had already made up his mind he was going to swing, and then he realized he had no shot at it.
And Goldstein, for a guy that could just throw about anything up there, he seems to really be able to make up his mind quickly. Or maybe you should give credit to the catcher, David Driscoll, because they have a pitch ready for you in an eye blink. Just as soon as the one previous goes by, they're ready with the next one. 1-2. That's up.
High.
Good take by Phoenix, and count evens. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Let's guess, Tom. What do you think he's going to throw here?
I think he's going to throw another curveball in the inner half of the plate.
I'm going to go fastball in.
Fastball over the heart of the plate.
Oh, but a miss by Hernandez. The runner's going to try to take third.
And we're going to play at third base. He's in there.
Yes, he is. It was a close play.
Yeah,
nice throw by the first baseman,
and a gamble.
Gioso.
You would have made the third out at third.
Yeah, not what you want to do. So a ground out by Hernandez.
Advances the runner at the runner's risk, and right now what that leaves the possibility with 2 outs is a chance for a wild pitch. Now they're going to make a pitching change.
Ooh.
And I don't know, well, that may be pitch count oriented, John, because don't forget, these guys are under limits. So even at this stage of the season because of the college coaches. So the question is, you bring in a fresh arm. You and I have done a lot of games. You bring in a fresh arm, that fresh arm is more than likely to bounce one at some point during the first at-bat. We'll see.
George Goldstein did a nice job. The junior at Middlebury from Westport, Connecticut, exits the game. And the relief pitcher for Brockton is number 35, Jake Sanderson from Burlington, Massachusetts. He's a Yukon pitcher entering his sophomore season. Right-hander at 6'1", 185 pounds.
University of Connecticut, number 35, Jake Sanderson.
A Husky. I don't think the Husky breed of dog particularly likes this kind of weather, but maybe Jake Sanderson does. He will be facing Billy Butler, who has doubled in 3 trips and scored a run. Two outs and a man at third base for the Silver Knights as Jake Sanderson completes his warm-up tosses, if I can use the term warm-up on a day like this. Our home plate umpire has gone through a bottle of water this inning as he gets replenished. A Wednesday, July 31st of 2019. July is one of my favorite months because it's not snowing, number one. And it always flies by, even though it's 31 days, it feels like.
Oh, it does. Doesn't it?
Yes. And the
It's not
28
like-
days
it's
of
not like
February
January.
feels like 28 days of February feels like 56.
February goes by fast.
Does it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, for me, I don't know. I don't mind February.
Yeah.
Once you get to the middle of February, I'm
Okay,
saying like winter's.
What's your least favorite? January?
January. Oh, it's awful.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
Brutal.
right.
It's
Yeah.
brutal.
Skate
The one
3
thing
is
that
January. Is
yeah,
skate 3. You and
well,
me and
January and Conway.
Tim
the
shaking
one
his
thing
head.
the one thing that has made January somewhat shorter
For a
me
split
over
swing
the
foul.
years has been the trip to the Super Bowl because that
Ooh.
knocks off that.
Yeah.
Those, but I don't end up leaving usually until the 26th, 27th, 28th of January to go there. So it's still a full month.
Buy your tickets now.
Who else would beat them right now? That's the thing.
Oh, really? Oh, cool. You
That
think the same
AFC
way.
that
I
AFC
know. I'm just talking
is-
like a fan. You're talking like an analyst.
No,
so.
that AFC is not that strong. At
Yeah.
least you never know, though. Once football is such
Mahomes,
a chemistry,
Chiefs.
it's a chemistry.
It
deal.
sure is, isn't
You
it?
gotta get 22 guys on the field that know what they're doing, and that's not always a given for a while. That's what makes what the Patriots have done even more amazing. To have that kind of dynasty.
Yeah. 2 balls and 1 strike is the count on Billy Butler. Big swing and a foul back, so it's going to be 2-2. That was at 90 miles per hour, our first 90-mile-per-hour pitch of the day on the gun. That came from Jake Sanderson of Brockton. Jake, 185-pound, 6'1", live arm. Fires it low, and that's also 90. Low and away.
These campers are moving around. It looks like they're getting together to go back. Might be that time. Yeah, it's close to 2 o'clock, so that's probably what they said.
Strike
Inside.
3.
Oh, my. I don't think so. I don't blame Billy Butler for being upset with that. Did not look like a strike. Looked like an inside pitch all the way. But again, hot day.
Big zone.
Big zone. And another game to do. Right, exactly.
Yeah, right. So we move along to the top of the 7th inning. It's do or die time in this one for Brockton, trailing by 2 runs, 6-4. The Silver Knights are on top. And to the mound for Nashua, as Tom predicted, Jack Pulowski will try to close it out. The lanky lefty, 6'4", 180 from Lexington, Massachusetts, drawing closer duty here in this one. New catcher into the game, the home plate umpire indicating. And it looks like number 5 was, was it 6? Dylan Jones?
Dylan Jones,
It is
yep.
Dylan Jones. Palm Beach Gardens, Florida, and Franklin Pierce University.
There's George Welch, who, right below us, who Dave Pahuki was talking about in terms of his injury causing them to have the bullpen altered, and season-altering injury. And you see he's got the big brace on his elbow.
It looks like
which
something
means-
out of the Terminator
Yeah,
movie.
exactly. It looks like Iron Man or something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, it looks. So he may have had surgery, or that may be protective. That looks like maybe surgery to me.
Yeah. Hopefully it went well. Big smile on his face. Good to see. And why not? I mean, I look at the way surgery goes these days for pitchers. Nathan Eovaldi, 2 of them, 102 miles an hour, whatever he throws.
2 Tommy Johns, and also the maintenance surgery after the Tommy John surgery. Removed
Wow.
the bone chips from the elbow.
So there is a future for George.
He's a good pitcher. Played at Pinkerton Academy.
Looked like he was doing some batting. He had a baseball bat. I don't know if he's actually hitting with that.
Maybe he came to get his stuff.
Oh, maybe that's it.
know.
Yeah. So first pitch is a strike from Pawlowski. Then one of the benefits of his quick inning in the 6th was that he gets to face the bottom of the order here. The 7, 8, 9 hitters due up for Brockton. Nick Shumsky swings and grounds it over the mound. It's going to be a tough play. Blandini to his right,
Whoa!
and it's over the head of the first baseman.
But in play.
Oh, he's got to get back. He turned, but he gets back.
Oh, they're
And
throwing the ball all over the
my
place.
gosh.
That's not good.
Yep. And he will get to second.
So you got 2 errors on that play.
Right.
You get the error on Blandini, and you have the error on the
It's going to be a base hit and an error.
base hit and an error. Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. It was. You can't assume the out on
No,
that,
you
but
can't.
he threw it away. And ending up at second base is Shumsky. Now the guy you have to worry about is Driscoll because he represents the tying run at the
But you
plate.
can't give Blandini the error because the runner didn't advance on the wild throw. The runner advanced when the catcher, I believe, or the
You're right.
first baseman
Blandini,
flipped the ball.
that's a great point.
Blandini should not get an error on that
does
play.
not get the error.
If
It
you're going to
occurred-
give the base hit, no error on Blandini.
It occurred afterward.
Yep. But in a 2-run game, that's big.
Yep. Takes the force off and gets the leadoff batter in scoring position where he can just play it really conservatively. And you do have to worry about who comes next because they represent the tie run. Very high off to the right foul. 1-1 is the count. 86 miles an hour on the fastball that time, up and away from Jack Pawlowski. This is the 8 hitter in the order, David Driscoll. He has grounded out and popped out. It's only his 3rd time up. Silver Knights spun the order 4 times, Brockton 3 times. Chases the high fastball. That says 93.
He hummed it.
Wow, 93.
He
That's
had a lot of velocity on that pitch.
And they're not going to hit that unless it's in the strike zone, first of all. So Driscoll down in the count 1-2. Strike
And
3.
that's just, he just took a little bit off it. That had velocity.
It says 95. Is that right?
No, I think that's it.
Oh, the throwback was 45.
That was 45, yeah.
Thank you. Okay, thanks, Tim. Yeah.
But he just took a little bit
Okay.
off that pitch.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
And the previous throw might have been 43, so I misspoke.
But still, I would
But
say
he's getting it up there.
I would say that that previous pitch was in the upper 80s, and that pitch was about 80. So he only took about 5 to 6 miles an hour off that second pitch, and gets the call, and there's 1 out.
83, you're right. That's like a hard slider he's
Big
throwing
thing
there.
for relievers, and it just seems to me that there's too many relievers in the game of baseball that are afraid to pitch to contact. He's not afraid to do that.
The 9 hitter, Quinn Craze, is 2 for 2. And
If I'm bringing in a reliever, the number one thing I want him to do is obviously throw strikes. A lot of pitchers these days are trying to throw balls to get the hitters to swing. Pitch to contact, trust your stuff a little bit.
Okay.
That's the fault I have with a guy like Zach Britton. You know, people swing at bad pitches with Zach Britton, but Britton now, they're wising up to him. They're taking pitches, and he's walking the ballpark.
Right.
Pitch
1-2
to
is the
contact.
count on Quinn Craze.
Work quickly, throw strikes, pitch to contact.
He's the number 9 hitter, but he's down in the count. He's facing a lefty in this situation. The 1-2, strike
Got
3.
him. In today's game, that's a strike.
Yep. So Brockton down to their last out. And Spencer Smith, the lead batter in the order, coming up for the 4th time in the game, and he's flied out all 3 times previous.
Spencer Smith.
Twice the opposite way. And I would say, as hard as Pawlowski's throwing, that it's likely that Smith will go the other way with something here off the bat. Oh, he grounds it to the right side, and it is foul. Just the last bounce.
That last bounce
Yeah.
into foul territory.
That's one where if you're the Silver Knights, Mike LaRocca, you kind of want to just charge that and see if you can grab it before
Sure,
it bounces.
Exactly.
Or as it bounces to keep it fair. But fortunately for Smith, he stays alive, 0-1. On deck is P.J. Murray, and he is a Actually, he's warming up right-handed. Is he a switch hitter? I think he is. I believe he actually batted both ways in this game, did he? Right-handed and left-handed, or was it just left-handed? But he's on deck, and Smith has to do something here to get his teammate up there. Right now, just trying to pops it up in the air.
Tough play with the sun. Let's see.
Spencer, Noah Lucier makes the grab, and the inning ends. The game ends 6-4. The Silver Knights take it in 7 innings over the Brockton ROX.
Losing streak is over. They're back home where they belong and pick up the win. 6 runs, 8 hits, 4 errors for Nashua. 4 runs, 7 hits, 3 errors for the Brockton ROX. Tough to see who you give the win to, Fahey or Bergeron. I'm not sure how that works in a 7-inning game. Bergeron departed midway through the 4th inning with an out. So
I think that's good enough.
It may be good enough for Bergeron to get the win. Big home run, Barry Walsh, 3-run shot, and that really is the difference in the game, plus the 2-run error at second base by Brockton. And Nashua goes to 24 and 27 and has a chance maybe for a doubleheader sweep. We'll see.
That's Tom King. I'm John Collins. Thanks to our cameraman, Tim O'Neill, and thank you for watching.
Yeah, this could be our last broadcast for the Silver Knights. We
Hopefully
don't know.
not. We'll see how they do in the playoffs.
If they get a home playoff game. Otherwise, thanks for watching Silver Knight Baseball on Nashua ETV, everybody.